What's going on, YouTube? Happy late Christmas. Today's the day after Christmas, so thought I'd do a quick video since it's snowing here in Colorado. You can see all the snow. Ran to Home Depot really fast. There's the wife. Anyways, point of the story is we were trying to leave our neighborhood today, or the past few days. It's been, like I said, it's been snowing in Colorado, so the past few days we've been trying to leave our neighborhood, and the Nitro needs new tires, so we've been taking our truck, and I thought I'd do a video on whether or not having a lifted truck is good for this kind of weather, you know, with the snow and all that whatnot. So thought I'd do a quick video on that and give you my opinion on whether I like having a lifted truck in the winter, or if it'd be better to, you know, have just a regular stock height truck or whatnot. But personally, I believe it's a good idea to have a lifted truck in the winter with snow and stuff, only if you have the right tires. So I think, you know, because we have like a 6-inch lift on our truck, and I guess I'll just stop, don't hit me. So we have a 6-inch lift on our truck, and I think, you know, with it being lifted, it's very helpful, because a lot of the problems in Colorado with you know, Jeeps and Mini Coupes, you know, that it's great that, you know, all these cars are WRXs, they're all-wheel drive and stuff, but the wheel well is so small that, you know, you get the snow packed in there, and once it's cold, it starts flying up into the wheel well, and then it gets packed. Like, let's see, can't really see that one. It's not really, his isn't too packed, but I've seen a few cars have their, you know, the wheel wells packed in pretty good, and that's been some problem with trucks. A few trucks that I've seen, their wheel wells get packed in with snow and stuff, and you have smaller tires and stuff, and it's just rubbing, and it turns into ice, and then you don't want your tire getting chewed up by all the ice, and you got to break it out. So personally, I think it's great because, you know, with a lift you get a bigger wheel well space and a lot less likely for snow to build up in there. So that's a huge thing right there, is you get that wheel well space and stuff, so that's nice. Also, you're higher off the ground, so the snow you won't bottom out as much or as likely when the snow turns to ice, and especially in the mountains. It's more of like a mountain problem, but, you know, the snow keeps getting packed down, that it just makes it hard when it's really high up and stuff. So yeah, that's another thing. Like I said, the height on the truck is great. It's great to be able to be a little bit taller than everybody else. Oh, never mind, this guy's just going slow. But so it's nice to have a little bit of height just in case the snow's deep. And then, like I said, the wheel well space, which is nice, which is a lot of problems in Colorado, that wheel wells get filled with snow and people just hate it. It makes it inconvenient. You have to break it out every morning and whatnot. So I think it's good having a lifted truck in this kind of weather, you know, with the snow and everything. But also at the same time, if you don't have the right tire, you're gonna be out of luck. Kind of like us, you know, we have the Toyo off-road mud tire, the aggressive terrain and everything. So it's meant for off-roading, and that's where it's most productive and useful for, you know, mud and dirt and just crawling on rocks and stuff. But that's what we use the truck mostly for, not really the winter. We don't really use it much in the winter. So it's just that it's not the greatest tire to have for the snow, because we slip a lot. It doesn't really grip the snow. It flings snow everywhere. The tread gets packed in pretty good with the snow. So once the tread gets packed in, the tire almost becomes useless. So I think the biggest thing, and like my dad, he has a 2017 Ram Rebel. Really nice truck, really great. You can see it's starting to, yeah, you can't see, but it's getting flurry out again, so it's gonna get icy, and then these tires are useless on the ice again. They're not the right tires for this kind of weather. So anyways, my dad, he's got a Ram Rebel, and with that Rebel, you know, he doesn't have any problems. He's got the all-terrain tires. They have aggressive tread, but they're not overly huge or anything like that, to where, like, these are 35s on my truck, a little bit too big for the snow. And he's got the right tire, the right rim size, everything. So his truck does really great in this weather. Like I said, the biggest thing is his if it gets too deep or something like that, he's got the air ride, so he can lift the truck up a little bit, or he can lower it or whatever. So his is, you know, it's fine. His doesn't really matter. He's got good wheel well space and everything. So his truck is really good in this. And again, the biggest thing is the tire. The tire makes a lot of difference, and I personally think his truck is a little bit heavier than mine, which is a huge thing because our back end is really light. So without having weight in the back, you don't really get much traction or anything. So when it's in, when it's not in 4-wheel drive, it's spinning really hard. And then when it is in 4-wheel drive, it still kind of spins and you don't get as good of traction. That's just the biggest thing I feel like with any vehicle. And that's why people are like, oh, lifted trucks are terrible in the snow. I don't think they're terrible in the snow. I just think the problem is once you have a lifted truck, you want the aggressive mud tires and stuff, and people don't have the proper tires for winter. Alyssa's sister actually came up from Breckenridge, and like I said, they got 18 inches of snow, and she's got a front wheel drive little car, and she has really, really nice, expensive snow tires on it. Didn't have a problem. When we went to Breckenridge in this truck, we were going up a back hill and mountains and stuff. We were slipping and sliding a little bit because these, like I said, these tires just aren't meant for that. I mean, once we got onto like snow that was kind of packed down and stuff, and it wasn't icy, it wasn't wet, it was just like good packed down snow. Once we got on that, we had no problem making it up the mountain. Like the tires were great, everything was great. But if it's a little icy or if the snow is kind of wet and stuff, these tires just aren't good for that. So personally, I believe, if you have a lot of weight in the truck, or not a lot, if you have like 2 to 4 50-pound bags of sand in the back of your truck, you'll be good to go for sure. Or if you have if you have all-terrain tires for your truck, that's honestly the best thing you can do. If you're gonna lift your truck and do all that stuff, get all-season tires on it. All-season tires are definitely the key to making sure that when it comes time to snow or winter, or not winter, sorry. When it comes time for winter, when it's icy, slushy out, there's snow on the ground, whatever the case is, rain, all that good stuff, that if you have the all-season tire on there, you can still take it in the mountains, be able to do what you need to do. The tread won't be as aggressive, so it's not meant for like rock climbing as much, but it still will be good in the mountains. But it will also be good for winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever kind of weather you need. So that's my advice. I think, again, having a truck that's lifted in the winter, it's great because, again, your wheel wells don't get built up with snow and you're higher off the ground. I think it's all around a great thing, but you need to make sure you have the correct tire on there to make it the most functional. And again, we don't really drive the truck that often during winter. This is really our summer truck because we use it to go to the mountains, camping, fishing, hunting. I use it to pull the UTV and the dirt bike and stuff. So I don't really take it out in the winter that much because it's more or less like a luxury vehicle for us. That's why we have the Nitro and the Challenger. But some days, my wife needs to use it for work and stuff. So this is just what we've experienced with the lifted truck. And again, I think it falls back on the tires. Toyo tires are great tires, but it's the tread. It all comes down to the tread. And there's a certain kind of tread that you need for snow, and we don't have that. So, but again, it's a great truck, and this is what I think of lifted trucks. If you're thinking about lifting your truck, or if you lifted your truck and you're wondering what's the problem, most cases it's going to be the tires. It's going to, right now it's really snowy out, but if I slam on the brakes, it stops. But I don't know if you might trying to give it gas, and you can see right here, here's the problem. You're just sliding. So I'll put it in 4-wheel drive really fast and also show you this is why you have to have all-season tires. So still slipping. You can see it's kind of trying to get it. That's a perfect example of why, like I said, the truck's great, plenty of wheel well space, plenty of height, but if you don't have the right tires on it, you are not going to be successful in your winter. So I hope this video was helpful. Right now we're sliding terribly. I did that on purpose. Relax. Sorry, I freaked out the wife a little bit, but again, that's why you have to have all-season tires, like my dad's Ram Rebel right there. I wonder where he's going because he started up the truck. So again, trying to make this video short, I'm going to do a review on the Rebel. Those are the tires you need. That's the setup you need. Plenty of wheel well space. Still has a lift. Huh? Well, sorry, I was showing them the tire. But that's the tire you need. That's what you need. That's the kind of setup you need to have for the truck. So honestly, if you're also thinking about getting a truck, I suggest It's very, very expensive, and I'm gonna do a video on that one too, on how I got my dad's truck, a $60,000 truck, for less than $500 a month. I helped him pick out his truck and stuff, and negotiated some prices, and his truck was it's less than $500 a month, and it was a $60,000 truck. So I'll do a rundown on that and how we did that. But again, lift the truck is great, but just have the right setup on it and you'll be good to go. So I hope you found this video helpful. This is Brandon Lechuga. If you haven't checked out any of my other videos, check them out, subscribe, like, and stay tuned. Thank you.